Hi everybody, I'm Nancy Burke and I'm on the design team for CSI, Color Stories Inspiration. I'm also on the design team for Basic Gray and I write lettering articles for Cardmaker magazine. I've been asked to give you a little peek inside my creative space, so let's take a look. Oh, there's a kitty. That's Oliver. He says hi. Okay, so this is my computer desk. Back behind Oliver is my laptop. That's where I chat with all of you. And then back here, that's my Pazzles cutter. Up above that is a shelf that I made from some pine board. I routed the edges and added some brackets. Those are glue sticks from my hot glue gun. Up above that is my magnetic board. This is made from galvanized sheet metal. And the frame is made just with some more pine boards with mitered corners. The whole thing is bolted to the wall because it is quite heavy and I would really hate to have it fall. This little tin holds my extra printer cartridges. It's always good to have some of those on hand. Some pretty flowers. Those are my music CDs. I've got my photo printer. This little tin holds different business cards that I brought back from CHA from the different manufacturers that I met with. Also met several designers at CHA, so I keep all their business cards there. The top drawer of my desk holds just basic office supply stuff. I've also got my business cards down here. Next drawer down, sorry I'm laughing at Oliver. Next drawer down, I've got label making stuff to help keep me organized. The very bottom drawer holds papers from my printer, some specialty papers like photo fabric, photo canvas. I've also got some extra point and shoots down here, some battery chargers, download cords. I've got manufacturer catalogs back here for when I need to reference item numbers in certain products. Okay, backing up, I can give you a view of the west wall. This is actually the front, points towards the front of my house. I've got really pretty views of the Owyhee Mountains when it's not dark outside. On this bookshelf down here, this actually came from Cost Plus World Market. And down here in these boxes, these are photo boxes from Pioneer. This is where I store just some different products. I've also got all of my Sizzix things down here, like my Sizzix die cuts, my Tim Holtz die cuts, and embossing folders. Over here I've got image CDs. Down here I've got photos that are already been printed out, ready to scrapbook. This little crate I found at an antique store. This holds different just little products and things that I've got in Ziploc baggies. I probably need to find a more permanent home for those. Since Oliver does hang out in here a lot when he's not on my computer chair, this is his cat bed. I love this thing here. This is actually a homemade clip it up. I got the idea from my friend Heidi. It's made from old lamp parts. I just tore some lamp shades apart, added some little clippies. It's 3 tiers and they all spin. The base is made from a terracotta pot base. Gives it some stability. Okay, backing up, I can show you my work desk. When I built the house, I actually had this counter made counter height because I do stand when I scrapbook. So having the higher counter is important when you're standing to scrapbook. In these metal pails, I've got just some different products. I've got some extra glue runners here. The wall units have got some houndstooth baskets up top. Those hold memorabilia and my daughter's school papers. The photo boxes I've got on the shelf here hold things like blank cards, card bases, envelopes. I've got naked chipboard, mini albums ready to decorate, tags from my friend Laura ready to decorate. We do the 12 Tags of Christmas by Tim Holtz with a bunch of online friends. So that's where I store those. In this box I've got rub-ons. Over here in these little jars I've got things like colored pencils and markers for my lettering articles. Just some glass containers to hold different things. Down in this corner is where I keep all of my lettering stickers just from different manufacturers. I do keep my Basic Gray lettering stickers separate. So when I'm working on design team stuff, they're easier to find. Over here is where I've got lots of markers and things for my lettering articles. In the binders, I have things like page ideas. I've also got sketches from my friend Susan Stringfellow from her sketch blog. Really good ideas on there. Ooh, this is actually the Eat Craft by Craftwell. I was excited to have this show up on my doorstep. They've asked me to do some guest design team stuff for them, so I'm really excited to get this baby plugged in and see how it works. And Oliver again. Okay, down below is where I have all my paper stored. And these drawers were actually made to fit these 12 by 12 file folders. I've got lots of paper stored by manufacturer here. Things like Amy Tangerine, Lily Bee, Studio Calico. I've actually got a file from my friend Cassandra. She designs for Echo Park, but I like to keep her papers separate because they're some of my favorite. And then down below I've got more storage for paper. In the back I've got papers for my Disney albums, papers by Best Creations from when I was on that design team, spare papers from Graphic 45 from that design team. I've got extra craft things in here, some heavyweight chipboard for bookbinding. And then if we continue on down the counter, sorry. This little pail has got things from Basic Gray, lots of little embellishments for when I'm working on design team stuff. I like to have those handy. These little buckets have got different types of adhesive for the different projects I'm working on. Different projects take different adhesives. And then up above, this is a shelf that I made just from some different wood pieces that I had laying around. And then up above, I've got these little cups. I found these at Michael's. These hold just some more colored pencils for my lettering. This holds things like adhesive pearls and adhesive rhinestones for when I need to just throw that little extra something on a page. Love my wall clock. I found that online. And then I've also got some paintbrushes. This holds just some extra strings and yarns. This holds makeup sponges for when I'm doing some inking and some blending. I've got buttons. And then this is fabric stiffener for when I'm working with ribbon and fabric on a scrapbook page. Just makes it a little more stiffer and easy to work with. Basil chipboard for matching. Down here I've got things like extra pencils, my bone folder, a little ruler. My pincushion was actually really easy to make. It's just a custard cup and a foam ball that I covered in fabric. And these tins back here have things like larger spools of yarn and string. This jar's got plastic buttons and flowers for that little bit of extra something to a page. My favorite baker's twine is by My Mind's Eye. So that's my work area. And then down below, these are actually curtains that were made from the same fabric as the curtains above my window. These are hanging on a tension rod. And back behind here is where I store all of my sewing stuff. I'm not much of a sewer, so I kind of keep my sewing stuff more out of the way. And then I can show you this wall unit over here. This has got some more houndstooth baskets up top. It's got some decorative boxes to hold different things. I've got some jars to hold things like paper flowers, ribbon roses, ribbon trim. This is my ribbon shelf that holds all my ribbon. I've got clear jars on the front. These hold shorter lengths and pieces that I bought by the yard. And then back behind is where I keep the ribbon that's still on the spool. And then down below I've got all my cardstock separated by color. I keep my glue gun in this little basket. Sorry, little pot. Okay, over here, this is what I call my tool tower. In the top drawer, I keep things handy that I use all the time, like foam mounting squares, foam tape, glue dots. Next drawer down, more important tools like my cutters, my craft cutters, craft blades. I've got my craft mat, some rulers, bigger erasers, Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And in this drawer is where I keep all of my scissors. I use all kinds of scissors. I like to use decorative edge scissors in my scrapbooking. I've also got all my straight edge scissors and my circle cutters. I've got hole punches in here too. So those all stay together. And in the bottom drawer, this is what I call my big girl tools. I've got things like hammers, pliers, Phillips head screwdrivers, craft knives, utility knives. I've even got metal file down here. Oh, and a paint scraper. You never know when you're going to need one of those. So those are heavier duty tools. That's for serious scrapbooking. All right, and down below I've got more paper storage. This is actually my favorite drawer. This is where I keep all of my basic gray stuff, all my basic gray papers. I have it sorted by collection. I also have some of it sorted, some of the older stuff, by type. I love working with the basic gray papers. It's been a lot of fun being on that design team. I'll be sad when I have to leave. This is all my paper that is by My Mind's Eye, another company that I really, really love their papers, so those stay together. I tend to use those a lot. Down here I've got more paper, sorted by manufacturer, and then in the front of the drawer is where I keep just what I call my miscellaneous papers. These are papers that are a little bit older. I no longer sort them by manufacturer, but I still really like them and hope that I have a chance to use them soon. So those all stay together. This drawer over here holds lots of my favorites, like die cuts with a view. In the back is where I have all my paper that's quite a bit older, but I have it sorted by color. This system works really well when I'm doing pages for CSI and I'm looking for specific colors and I need to work with specific color families. I can just grab from these files. And then down below in this drawer, I've got papers that I sort by theme based on the types of scrapbook pages I'm working on. I've got things like animals, pets, sports, travel, patriotic, wedding, Valentine's Day. I keep all my Halloween and fall together. I also keep all my Christmas and winter papers together. And then I've got all my vintage papers together. Next to my vintage papers, I keep my Tim Holtz because these two types of papers tend to go really well together. So I keep those close by. I've also got lots of glitter paper down here. Things like shaped papers that have got the decorative edges. I keep all those together. And then I've got vellum, transparencies, like hand bleed transparencies, laser cut paper, lace paper, and doilies. Those all stay together. And this little wall basket I made to hold the book that I just finished. It's actually a lettering book for Cardmaker magazine. I also keep issues of Cardmaker magazine in here, the ones that I've been in, and also just different books that I've been featured in or been asked to help with. Those all get stored there. Okay, so backing up, I can show you the very last wall. And this is actually a pocket door. Let's see what I have stored back here. I have puppies stored back here. This is actually a door that goes into my kitchen. I do get hungry when I'm scrapbooking, so it's good to be close to the kitchen. My dining room's in the back. And another cat. Oh, actually, that is Oliver. Same cat. And I've got tilt-out bins right here. This is where I store different embellishments. My Irish carts down here hold things like metallic rub-ons and chalks. Just some different tools. I've got lots of jewelry making stuff in here. I'm running out of time. This cabinet is where I keep all my stamping stuff. Inks down there. The very bottom cabinet is where I hold all my punches and drawers. I have them separated by size. I've got small punches, medium, large border punches, really big punches. I've got my eye-top tool and all my punches associated with that. And then I've got buttons and eyelets in here. Other little embellishments just stored in little bins. I've got all my fibers and embroidery floss down here. And the very bottom shelf is where I keep magazines and idea books. And that is it for my office because we are back where we started. That's the door we came in. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really enjoyed showing you my room. And I'll see everybody online. Bye-bye.